where we last left off braiding, the battery had run out. So here we're picking back up after having completed a length of the braiding, and we'll just pick right back up and go from here. Right now I'm twisting and getting the fibers situated to resume braiding. Tightening as we go, and as you can see, there has been additional fibers added through the process to maintain the thickness. For this portion, the retention cord portion, the thickness should stay pretty much the same from the finger loop to the pouch. So that is what I'm aiming for, and continuing braiding here. The strategy that I'm using, I've attached the finger loop to a metal hook that allows it to have a solid point to anchor, so that I can put a little bit more tension pulling on the bundles of fibers to get the braid situated nicely, and it seems to be working well. The pattern that I'm following with this 5-strand braid is to roll the fiber away on the right hand side, and to maintain the direction of twist, that means I'm rolling towards. Once it reaches the left hand side, that maintains the direction of twist. Rolling towards on the left, rolling away on the right, and keeping good tension with each fold of the braid. Adding some additional fibers to maintain the bundle thickness and to continue the length. And I've braided to the point where the total length for the whole braid is about 29 inches from the finger loop to what will become the knee, which is where the pouch begins. These will be divided into two. Dividing this into two, separating out the fibers, and twisting them so that it becomes two bundles, and that will account for the two sides of the pouch. So here we're creating the knee by separating the fibers. This one's divided, this one's divided, this one's divided. Dividing these two, using a binder clip to keep the left side separate. We'll begin weaving or braiding on the right side here. Now, as soon as I get a little bit braided, I'm going to switch the binder clip and retain this right hand side so that the left side can be started the braiding. So we'll do that now, switching the binder clip from the left side, moving it over to the right side, clipping it on, and still being able to see where the braid comes across to facilitate a smooth transition for this left-sided braid. the beginning of the left-hand braid, working its way across. And now that the left-hand braid has begun, we're going to go back to assessing how well the knee is doing at allowing these two braids to line up with each other. And right now it appears that it's lining up, and it appears that it's following the pattern that was started before. Going to tighten up one of the pieces here, pulling on that strand, pulling on this strand to snug the connection point that becomes the knee. And there we have it. Now at this point, the thickness of our strands are much thinner than the retainer cord in this upper section. In order to get this thickness on these ends, we're going to start adding more fibers into the pouch braids. And for that, I'm even going to back up the braid a little bit, tighten it a little bit more, and add more fibers. And using a bowl with some water will help moisten the fibers so that they are easier for handling. Because I'm working to increase the thickness of these strands of fiber, I'll be adding to each of the bundles as it comes to the outer side until they begin to have a thickness similar to the thickness of the retainer cord. Right here I have about 3 inches of braiding finished for the strap on this side. I will continue off camera and finish this braid to 6 inches and come back to the one on the right hand side and braid that to 6 inches also, at which point I'll pick up with the camera again and we'll begin forming the belly